Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, shall we start? We are going to be live now immediately. Today, the topic is five whys technique. That technique is a Japanese technique which will be you have to ask five whys, why come to a root cause. Generally, people don't do, and once they start shortcut, ultimately that becomes a repetitive this thing, repetitive occurrence. So we Indians are dreaming to become 5 trillion economy by 2025 and $10 trillion by 2028 or 30, and with 139 crore people, strong demographic dividend is in sight. Indian MSME and other have to work towards its contribution to the dream. So all MSME, roughly 6.35 crore, has responsibility to look beyond obvious. Generally, see 6.35 crore MSME we are talking, and if everybody can improve by 5% per year, then we can create 3 to 5, 4 crore low skill jobs. So all we have to improve productivity with quality at lowest possible cost to increase the customer delight. Ultimately, we'll have to decide for whom we are working and to conquering the world market. We now early days we were looking into nearby areas to serve, but now we'll have to look world as a market so that we can get creditable business for ourselves. To achieve this, there are many ways, and one possible way is to reducing process inefficiency. There are two ways to make profit. Either you reduce your cost or you increase the sales. Sales price being not possible to increase because there are heavy competition. So we have got a choice only to reduce the inefficiencies in our processes whatsoever, and we will have to create an organization where this attitude is embedded in blood of or DNA of all employees, including uh, smallest people in the chain. And we have to take, once we find out inefficiency, we have to start taking action. If you delay the action, identifying is not going to help you. So at as our MSME are small, labor oriented, the need to start immediately to march towards $5 trillion economy. We can learn from other countries evolution of their manufacturing capacity. Nowadays, adapting a best practice is a way forward. So we other countries in the world has achieved greater heights earlier because of their evolution process. So we can learn from that and improve our capacities. Today I will start with Japan. In 1930, Mr. Toyoda started with five whys technique, and later Mr. Taichi Ohno followed in Toyota production system. Toyota production system is established in 1950s, and that is why today also it is persisting, and they are continuously improving their productivity per employee, per machine, per square feet of the area in their shop floor, and concentrating on customers' delight. See, everything has to go with the customer's delight. So, five-way technique, the five-way tool was originally developed in 1930, again by adopted by this thing in his production system. Mr. Ohno encouraged his team to dig into each problem that arose until they found root cause. Slowly and steadily, our MSME will have to move towards lean manufacturing and capture larger market share. 5i is a simple tool to start this process. See, if our MSMEs are varying from smallest like tea vendor to 250 crores, and about 8 to 10,000 products are getting manufactured by them. So at whatever stage you are there, you can start with 5Y process anytime, anywhere. In the last slide, I am also going to talk about how we can adopt 5Ys in our daily life. It is a worldwide technique that is used by Toyota and many other companies today. It was introduced as a training staple in the Toyota product system in the 1950s. Taichi Ono encouraged his staff to explore problem firsthand until the root cause were found. 5 Ys analysis. You can see there are number of boxes. The bigger box to smaller, 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 and the analysis is in the when you go to the root cause, you will be delighting many things in your organization and your customers and also. Unforeseen events or problems might occur in any process. Mostly things do not go as planned. When a problem arises within a project, team members often find a quick but temporary solution in order to overcome it. However, quick solutions become useless due to the complexity of the problem as the project progresses. This necessitates to find out permanent solution to avoid the repetition of the problems and cutting down quick solution. 5Y technique is a simple tool that helps to eliminate problems by determining their root causes. 5Y is a technique used to determine the root cause of a problem by repeatedly asking question why. Basically, the 5Y relies on asking why several times to understand all the signs of problems. Many times we are not able to define the problem in a critical way where a solution can be found out. So we in India generally I call them as a jugaad economy. Jugaads are good many times that creates a innovation. Why? Ask until problem is resolved permanently. This is the very pictorial picture which is giving this input. Okay, unless until the root cause is located, your problem statement is not correct. And if the problem statement is not correct, then repeated the problem will reoccur often, which will disturb all your cost structures and other things. When to use 5 Ys technique? The 5Y technique can be used for troubleshooting, improvement, and problem solving purpose. This technique directs you to track one or limited paths when in fact there might be several causes in such circumstances. 5Y is widely used because of its simplicity and flexibility. You can find the root cause quickly on the first try itself. Hence, when you spot a problem, try it before using a more detailed technique. This is a part of quality improvement process, but very simple and inexpensive in nature. So this can be adopted by anybody, even including individuals in their daily life. So how to perform 5Y analysis? Where to start is the question. So first step is assemble a team. A team should be formed in order to conduct a brainstorming session to detect the root cause of the problem. To make the brainstorming more effective, team members should be familiar with the details of the problem. So it can be 2 people team, it can be 3 people team, it can be 5 people team, and it is advisable to take multidisciplinary expertise to find out to take them in a team. Then step 2 is define a problem. This is the toughest part in most of our daily life. We don't try to define the problem. and we just try to work out simple solutions which are very costly. Defining the problem clearly is the first thing in the 5 whys technique the team should do. In this step, the problem should be defined clearly and conscious problem statement should be written. It is necessary to write down the problem statement very clearly. At this step, the scope of problem should also be determined. The scope of problem should reflect the size and characters of the problem. How to perform 5 whys analysis? Step 3, ask why. In this step, the team leader ask the team why the problem occurred, and the team answered the question. Then the team leader asked if the identified cause were corrected. Could the problem still occur? If the team answer yes, then the team leader should ask why again. Sometimes the root cause can be identified in the third or fourth why, and in some cases it cannot be identified in the fifth. So 5 is a simple name or numerical figure. So if the problem is very simple in third or fourth state, wise you can find out. Otherwise, you will have to repeat more than 5 times also, or it is possible that you may not be able to go to a root cause. Then the next step is determine and implement corrective action. Once the root cause are identified, a list of appropriate corrective actions should be created to address each. At this stage, the master assigns responsibility for the corrective action to the participant in the discussion. This is also one of my friend is telling, yesterday I learned about DRI. DRI is a simple this thing, define the responsibility to individual or direct total responsibility to some individual so that the action can be action and corrections and corrective actions can be identified, and the person who is concerned can be made responsible. Note that there is no specific format used to document the 5 why exercise. Some organize with their own detailed formats, other uses various frameworks. So there is no standard format for 5 whys, and we can use whatever is suitable for us. Step 5, any solution has to be monitored for its effectiveness for some time. So once the corrective action are taken, we should monitor that whether the problem is resolved for a long time or it is recurring, the frequency has reduced. Then again, if the frequency is reduced, then again we'll have to do the 5 whys to go to nearer to the root cause. This tool is little above root cause identification in quality process, but being a simple tool, it can be exercised for number of things in any organization. To make 5 whys more effective, documenting all response will be part of knowledge management. As we are moving to grow our own business, available knowledge in the organization which has been created over a span of time, it has to be stored properly so that it can be retrieved when it is required. So it can be said it is a part of knowledge management. Whatever questions and answers and this thing has been documented, it will help to create a knowledge management in the organization. Process of 5 why technique. See, if it is graphical form, get a team together, brainstorming session to detect the root cause problem. Problem should be familiar to all the team members to raise questions. Define the problem, ask why, learn when to stop. This is very critical. Unnecessary, if you go on extending why, you will have to identify when to stop. Otherwise, you will continue and the corrective action does not happen in the time frame which is desired for coming over that problem. Take corrective action, implement of identify solution. monitor and audit corrective action. Once the solution is identified, monitor it effectively and expectations.
Yes.
Next, please. Benefits of 5 whys technique. This helps identify the root cause of a problem. It helps to identify more problems during the performance of 5 why analysis for a problem. It encourages team members to share their ideas and expertise. It is an effective tool that is very easy to use to improve decision making. Understand how one process can cause a chain of problems. Determine the relationship between different root causes. Highly effective without complicated evaluation technique. This is what I was trying. Going to root cause, in many cases it is a complex technique. So this is little below root cause, but it can serve our Indian MSME where we are dreaming to reach $5 trillion economy. One of the simplest tool, easy to complete without statistical analysis. Many large organizations do very complex analysis, and MSME cannot afford that kind of tool. So they can use this simple technique. It is very effective. How do you use 5 whys technique? Why did the maintenance tech sleep? Answer, there was a oil leak. This is a case study. Why did the maintenance tech sleep? Somebody has slipped. So answer, there was an oil leak near the machine. Why was there a leak? Answer, a seal was deteriorated. Why was the seal deteriorated? The seal was too weak for its application. Why was the seal too weak for its use? A cheaper seal was purchased. Why was a cheaper seal purchased? The service manual doesn't specify seal type. So the problem is the person has fallen down while maintaining, and the problem is we have purchased a seal which is cheaper. As there are no specification or this thing in the maintenance manual, so we have cut down to cost. To cut down the cost, we have gone to somebody who is offering cheap, and this is proving the cheapness cheapness of the item has costed some to create one accident. This is only one simple example which we have expressed here. There are many examples which case studies can be proven, and its effectiveness can be proven. Today, in my own organization, somebody has got a bad bike. Then when we started asking to teach our own people the root cause, what we have found out, he just spent some money and got it repaired and came to the office. But that is not a permanent solution. So 5 hours, 4 whys when I asked, the problem was that he has not regularly gone for regular maintenance of his bike. So sometimes preventive maintenance is far cheaper than breakdown maintenance. And maintenance is not the only problem. This can also be applied in our HR system. This can also be applied in our finance system. Number of systems we can apply. Since many people, many my MSME friend says, we are running short of cash. Then they don't, they just try to borrow some money here and there and overcome the problem. But ultimately, if he goes why, it may be possible. It may be possible that there are idle assets lying in the factory shop floor, where nobody has concentrated, or scrap is lying, or something which is not working properly, or delivery to the customer is not going in that desired time, and ultimately the cash shortage comes. So a simple 5 I technique in daily life is also a similar goal. I want to own my own business. Suppose if this is a goal, then why do I want this? It will allow me to have a greater control over how I spend my time. Why do want to do this? I can have more flexibility in my life. Why do I want to do that? This I'll be able to work from home. Why do you want to do this? I will be able to spend more time with my son and daughter. Why do you want to do this? Supporting my family in the most important thing to me. So this is the root cause, but it has started. I don't want to go in a 9 to 5 job. I would like to start my own business. So this is one example. It is also quite applicable to daily life in any situation when one might seek deeper understanding of a problem, a challenge, uh, or even a motivation behind an action. The quick graphic form starts of happiness provides a great example. There are limitations of 5 why technique. It is not, this benefits are more. So cost benefit analysis, if you go, oh, this is more cost, there's a more benefit. It doesn't always lead to the identification of the root cause when the cause is unknown to the team members. In other words, if the team doesn't have the necessary knowledge or expertise to identify the cause, no one will make much progress. So while assembling the team, we should take care of the desired knowledge in the team, or if required for a particular problem, external specialized skill can be brought in so that the problem is resolved for a long time. There will be confirmation bias, the tendency to interpret new evidence as a confirmation of one's own existing belief or theories tend to be a driving factor for some team members during analysis. A subject matter expert can help minimize the risk of one-sided conclusion while still having the knowledge to provide a fair analysis. In most of the MSME sector, with 10 to 30 workers or something, they have got, the workers have got a feeling that a boss or the entrepreneur is supreme and they don't speak out many times. So they just try to follow, which generally may harm in a long term to the growth of entrepreneurs. So employees, they are working on directly on the machine, workers are directly working on this thing. So entrepreneurs should be able to connect with them in better this thing, so that flow of ideas or flow of, when some problem occurs, uh, flow of suggestions or flow of uh, answers, questions can come from them. I remember one story uh, of my cousin brother about 40 years back, when they had a bungalow in Begumpet area, and on that one side they want to create a one large uh, sitting outside in the open air. So what my uncle did, that he filled up to the height of the this thing, created a step. So by that has cost a lot of money for filling the filling with debris and things like that. Suppose if he could have gone for a simple car garage below, the car garage also would have come, but his son did not speak out the ideas. So he said that whether my father will like or not. So these are few examples in everyday life. It happens. Many cases, say if the rain comes, or and now Delhi, we have got a lot of rain coming, and many people will say, I forgot my umbrella. Why did you forget? I did not remember. They don't want to tell, I did not expect the rain to come. And see, today all Delhi roads are flooded with lot of water. Summary of 5 why technique. If you do not analyze the root cause of a problem properly, you cannot resolve it, and it would return back in another form. Repetition issues are often the preceditors of the big problems. Although temporary solutions are easy to apply, they often become useless if the problem arises again and again. This is where this process has to be embedded in the DNA of everybody. We should come out of the psychology of shortcuts. So, and it may take some time, but if you start today, I'll say that one day you'll be able to come out with a more efficient, more effective um, production from your factories, from your service sector, from your daily life, that will help India to reach $5 trillion economy, and India is requiring a lot of jobs to be created. The advantage of sharing this information widely is that it gives everyone insight into the kinds of problems the team is facing, but also insight into how these problems are being tackled. And if the analysis is airtight, it makes it pretty easy for everyone to understand why the team is taking some time out to invest in the problem prevention instead of new features. If on the other hand it ignites a firestorm, that's a good news. That about few minutes back I said brainstorming, firestorm is a good news too. You now you know you have a problem. Either the analysis is not airtight and you need to do it however over again, or your company doesn't understand why what you are doing is important. Figure out which of these situations you are in and fix it. So I request all of my MSME friends, wherever they come occur this, they should ask their own team members to identify the problem, subscribe to this 5 whys technique, and improve your productivity, reduce your cost, reduce your inefficiency in the process, and increase your profit. So now it is 4:30. I will stop it here. Thank you, everybody. I request everybody to subscribe to my YouTube channel. These are my all social media coordinates, so we can always take it further. Thank you, everybody. Now we are open for question answers. Where can I see the questions? पूरा नहीं आ रहा है ना? No, और Sarkar has asked some question. हाँ, तो ऊपर करते जाइए ना भाई, help me. The first question has come from Mr. Subandru Sarkar. Do MSME apply the Wi-Fi technique today? If not, why? So you have started with a very good question, Mr. Sarkar. That is what we are trying to tell MSME. Start with why. They are not doing because first thing is not having awareness. Second thing is they don't want to go deep into the problem. As I said, most of the MSME, when you meet them, sir, I don't have money, I don't have cash, I don't have manpower, I don't have this. So when they start this is a starting point for them to go further. Why I don't have money? If they start asking, bank is not giving, did you see inside your factories idle machine which is not generating to the cash or which is not adding to your revenue? Have you seen the scrap scattered here and there on your shop floor? Arey sir, I'm very busy. I have to go and get some money to run my unit. So sometimes it may be a good idea to stop everything and see what is there in your shop floor. Recently, I have done that for this thing. Years together, some inventories are lying with them. It is a medium-sized company, and they have not cleaned their this thing. They have got a tendency. They work in silo. When they work in silo, the team members don't cooperate with each other, or team moment says that this is your responsibility, that is your responsibility. The effective thing is entrepreneur is a loser. And when entrepreneur is a loser, employees are also indirectly or directly loser. If he comes to close down, employees will have to search a new job. And if he is not able to increase the value, employees will not get ESOP. ESOP is a very attractive tool for employees to get rewarded, this thing. So I hope I answered your question, Mr. Sarkar.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Pinaki has asked, most of the time people, employees do not realize minute problem incur daily, but is it at home to or to be at office or in industry or manufacturing? Can it be possible to track this minute problem? Because small problems accumulate to become a huge problem. Thank you, Mr. Pinaki. Very intelligent question. See, no industry is a single person dream. So it is an assembly of few individuals from different strata of life, and they assemble that as a team. So all the team member has to identify their daily life problems. See, in last 40 years of my experience, 40 years of my experience, I have found employees, sir, गाड़ी पंक्चर हो गई थी, सर बस नहीं मिली थी, मैं खाना नहीं बना था. Now these are all small things. Suppose if an organization deduct half day salary for 20 minutes being late, is it fair on entrepreneur side as well as this thing? But that without discipline, this will not be effective. See, employees are many times the spoiled children in the house. So every small problem what has occurred, observed, felt, everybody, I would write that they should go deeper in their own hearts, in their own DNA, and see that culture starts. And please understand, if I'm an engineer, if that Newton sitting in the garden not eaten that apple, he could have eaten the apple and not asked why this apple is falling down, why it is not going up. 50% of world will not be existing today by engineers, and we would not have great IT companies, product companies, and all that. So observation, anticipating problem, yes, people do plan, but many plan fails because they do not do detailing, because they are afraid many times of asking unrelated or the questions to themselves, and they try to hide. That is where the confirmation bias I have discussed about, because our thinking is because of our culture which has been developed from childhood. So I hope I have answered your question, Mr. Pinaki. Then Sarkarji has asked one more question. Is doing root cause analysis easy? Sir, there are a lot of difference between root cause analysis and 5 whys. Root cause analysis may not be necessary in that big way in MSME, say up to 50 crore or 100 crore turnover. But starting with root cause, simple, effective, long-term solution can be found out by asking 5 whys again and again and again, which brings you near to root cause or sometimes to the root cause, but it is easy technique. The available knowledge in the organization in a team with a different strata, if they are assembled together, it gives an ignition to brainstorming, and we may come out with a easy, actionable way forward. So that is a necessity, and it is easy. One Mr. Tirupati has asked, I have a side business of a food outlet. As I track my revenue daily, many a times I incur loss in items of inventory getting spoiled or something else. When I ask why and try to do root cause analysis, I tend to blame myself, staff. How can I track daily operational and financial status? It's a big task. Tirupati ji, it is not very big task. First thing, start with anticipating the how many customers are expected. Can you define, suppose if you have got 30 people coming for your food item daily, can you talk to your customer and say that these 15 people are going to come for 1 month, or this is going temporary, this thing. Accordingly, you can select your menu so that this thing, if you do not have a certain items can be stored in a freeze. So I suppose if you are making idli or vada or something, you can keep that batter overnight. So, and please do not waste any food item. If ultimately, if that is likely to happen, see that this food can be delivered to somebody who needs, who is sleeping on the footpath. But if you start asking this question, why, then you will come, okay, why only 30 customers are coming, or why 10 customers are coming, how can I increase my customer? So your problem is you are making, you are not done a projection how many customers are likely to come. Some customers can be seasonal, some customers can be, see, in summer vacations, many of the migrant people's wife may go back to their Mica. So in that kind of thing, male person may have to go for outside food. So determining the seasonal local changes, anticipating in them will help you. Also, many times, instead of making, suppose if you think 30 people are likely to come, make for 25 people and see that next 5 people, some ready-made items or something can be made quickly as the flow increases. Or see, suppose if your customer is coming from 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock, I know one dosa center in Pendercast Road. They have identified, and I think they close only for 2 hours in the day, 22 hours they are working. So you have to have some imagination, ask your customers, ask your cook, and how to preserve. There are many items which can be preserved. So just look into that, look the problem differently, talk to your various constituents or stakeholders. Naveen, can I implement this technique for personal life, or is the only for business? Sir, as in one of the slide, Naveen ji, I have said that it can be applied. On the contrary, I will suggest it has to start from your daily life. See, it has to start from your daily life. It should come in your DNA so that things can improve and that you can take it to wherever you are working, either in your business or in a job, both the places. It will help you to be identified by immediate management or one layer above that this boy or this girl is doing better because he is well prepared. That makes a sense for this thing. Tirupati again. I don't use any software. Can I use any software to track all these operations and financial tracking and also use analytics in my food business? I want to grow my business and expand. Very interesting question. Congratulations. First, that you have got a desire to grow your business. Now you start asking, do you need any software? Your turnover is say, suppose 1,000 rupees a day. Do you need a software? If it is 10,000 rupees a day, ask why do you need a software? What are the things software is going to do? Software without hardware will not work. Now many smartphones have come. You can download some of the applications which are easy. Yeah, yesterday only we were talking about one Pia Badur has developed a simple accounting software free of cost. Bill pay or bill something. It is available, and our co-founder, my co-founder Srinivas also has developed a software where your data can be stored. Coming back to analysis, if you are doing 5,000, 10,000 rupees a day, then it will be useful to predict. Otherwise, you can use simple tools manually. When your grandmother or your mother, they did not know how to use this thing. They were performing better than us because we have become a slave of these things and we are not using our brain totally. So you can always look for when you are expanding your business, and please do not think of borrowing money unless until there is enough money available in system so that root cause can be this thing. It's my suggestion, if any workshop can be done, as many business like me don't know fact and figures. Yes, Tirupati ji, see, recently SME Analytics has signed an MOU with Government of Telangana Industry Department for this. Many entrepreneurs do not know the basic accounting. जेब में आया, जेब में से गया, कितना बचा, that all they know. But that is on daily basis, like panwalas. Do you think that panwalas cannot prosper? Many panwalas I have seen, Mayur Pan Shop in Penderkas Road. They have got a beautiful place and they are expanding continuously. And some struggling panwalas here at the Balanagar Chaurasta. Why this is happening? Observe and do this. We are ready to do workshop that is in one of our line of thinking, but because of COVID, we are just trying to restrict ourselves for many things. On the contrary, our OSD, Miss Vatsala, has suggested to have workshop and propagate. So we all four co-founders and the help of people like Pinaki, we are trying to reach out externally to Telangana State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation, many associations, because see, it is my next webinar will be on risk in business, and after that, I'm trying to select I do not know whether my audience will like. Entrepreneur is his own enemy. In my 30-40 years experience of MSME entrepreneur, apart from that 6 years in consultancy, my opinion is entrepreneur is his own enemy, because successful entrepreneur thinks I've done something right, so I don't want to change. And 6 units or something, they jump from one consultant to other in consultant, they take many help from somewhere, but ultimately somewhere back of their mind, they have got some plan. If some consultant suggests that it is meeting with him, he moves with them for some time. But available resources, it cannot be only money, many other resources. I have invested about 5 years back in a biscuit factory. He was a supervisor in a very Uttam biscuit company and started his. And when I wanted to invest, we discussed a cash flow. And he has come out with some this thing and gave fantastic figure. And immediately I invested some money and started. After 4-5 days, some manpower is not available. So my money has gone down the track. Why manpower is not available? When the market price is say 6,000 rupees to a labor, he is paying 4,000 rupees. Then I advise him to improve. Sir, मैं improve करूँगा तो biscuit नहीं बिकेगा. So these are this is where he has killed his own unit. Again, he has restarted. Similarly, one noodle factory also we invested. One defense factory we invested. One foundry we invested. So this is a thing where entrepreneur is a enemy of himself. He does not have a clarity of thought. Any further question? Any questions are there more? So next webinar, thanks or whatever we have to do. So we have to announce for the next webinar. Na? So my next webinar will be on risk. What is that name? Risk in businesses, where we have identified 60 or 70 risks which many of the MSME entrepreneurs may not be aware or may not be aware in full. And next week's speaker will be Mr. Sarkar, who is a chartered accountant with 20 years industry experience, practically a CFO in a large pharma companies, and he will be giving. And I would like to get your opinion about next on 4th September. The webinar will be on entrepreneur is his own enemy. So thank you all for participating, and we'll end, and thanks all everybody.